Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We were having the giggles off camera, but now we are here and we are seriously here back at Mystics at the grocery store. We are doing your astrological forecast today for the days of March 13th through the 26th. And really, people, we are in the middle of Mercury retrograde, and we've got some other planets doing a couple fun things with it, adding some energy to the retrograde soupiness. But yeah, that's kind of our big topic today. Sorry if you can hear my Poochie. She's excited about Mercury retrograde as well. She just wanted to make sure she was heard.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so Adrian, please send
Oh,
us off into the stars.
off into the stars. I know this is about the 13th, but I want everybody to just get an awareness of the fact that Jupiter has now gone direct, and it's now been 24 hours of it going into a direct um action. So with that being said, and that happened on the 12th. Okay, with it going forward, it's asking you to um be an acknowledgement of what you have accomplished, what growths you've gone through, what your empowerment cycle is. Be mindful of it, and also bring into that awareness of home and family because it's gone direct in Cancer after it's been retrograde in Cancer for so long. So it's retrograde and it's been thinking about this, that, and this is the way we're going to do this, how we're going to redefine this about our home and our family, sacredness of our home and our family. Um, and now we're going forward in a Mercury retrograde. So this may not be the time to broadcast what it is that is going to be expanded or what you see is expanded since you've been in retrograde in Cancer for Jupiter. But it's a wonderful time to get it written down. Maybe don't broadcast it, like I said, but definitely get it written down for yourself so that you're like, you know what? I know these are the things that I want. Like, for instance, for me, it was about my health of my body and the way that I feel when I wake up in the morning and the amount of water that I'm drinking, all of these things. And then it was like, okay, you've got all these written down. And now, Jupiter's like, let's expand them. Let's actually do them now. Great that you wrote them down, but let's expand that into something more and take into accomplishment that you've written it down for yourself and not be judgmental of why didn't I ever do this? So I want to say that as just something extra for you to be thinking about when you're in this retrograde season. Yes, it is a time to rethink, to redefine, to renegotiate, to relook at things, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a time where you have to do a seal on it. Okay. So I'm always so afraid of retrogrades. It's like, shh, it's just a moment for you to check over the test, all the little dots. Did you got them all wonderfully circled in like they're supposed to be, in order for them to count in your grade or whatever? But it's a time for the redefining, revision, redirection. Okay, it can even be a time of release. So, with that being said, on the 13th of March, which is the day this is going to land, um, Mars is in a conjunction with the North Node. You're going to Mars, out of war, assertive, North Node, your North Star, where you're going. So this is a rare conjunction. Okay. It's going to push you towards your dreams. You're getting pushed in the direction of your dreams. That's my dog going nuts. I hope you guys
They
can't
want
hear
to
him, but I
talk
don't.
today.
I know it's like, stop. So, with it pushing in the direction of your dreams, all this year we've been doing that back work on what keeps you grounded, what is practical for you to start doing today within your rebellion, what is the alignment that you're looking for, and what are the blocks that you've got down. And now Mars is like, okay, I'm going to start stepping on these blocks, but I'm just going to caution you, be an awareness of the stability of this box that you're getting ready to stand on. Is it made of cardboard that's been outside in the rain and it's kind of wilty? That guy, just be cautious of that. It's asking you to step away from the strategic step to step and be more in the intuitive step to step. Okay. So I know that cardboard box has been sitting out in the rain. We're not even going to go for why it's sitting in the rain. We do. It's sitting in the rain. It's not going to be sturdy enough for me to stand on. But if I step back into my intuition, let it hold on to me, like, why not? What else can I do to it? How else can I make it more that it's going to be in a lasting state? Then that's kind of a spiritual step because you jumped back into your intuition to go and think about it. Okay. So find your quiet meditative space, use your inner compass, take subconscious clues about the next steps. Discomforts are going to arise. As they arise, try to remember to stay present for the opportunities. See the opportunities in the discomfort. First of all, congratulate yourself on the back that you felt discomfort. That means you stepped outside your box. Yay, right? But stay open to yes, the discomfort's going to be there. Stay open to the possibilities of what can occur, what could be happening. There's no limit, there's no cap on you unless you place it there. So use the discomforts and see the breakthroughs as, wow, I've just now taken a next step outside my comfort zone. So that's the 13th. That's 3, 4, 1, if we're looking at the numbers in numerology. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it right there for now, and then we'll go on to the 17th. On the 17th, the nodes are really, really important. So I'm just going to read a piece of Mars in the North Node. It signifies a path involving courage, assertiveness, and action. It challenges you to assert your desires and ambitions positively and constructively. As you develop the courage and the assertiveness, it's just something that is just going to come along with you. It's going to be part of your now new being. That's why it's saying, don't be afraid of the discomfort. It's going to be a little discomfort. It's something new. Okay. On the 17th, Mercury is going to meet up with the North Node. Like, everybody is at the dinner party with the North Node. Like, okay, what has Mercury got to say about this? And Mercury is like looking at the old narratives that we've had along with us, that we've carried along with us. Are they in alignment? Here we go again with our fated destiny. It's a time where conversations from the past are going to come up, maybe unresolved questions that you might have, even a dream that's back here in the background that you haven't really been able to solidify at this point in time. But whatever it is, ask yourself why. Get curious. As you circle back around, the wisdoms are going to start unpacking. It's kind of like sifting through gold, whatever that gold thing is, sifting through, and the juicy nuggets, the valuable nuggets are what's going to stay on top. It's what's going to stay in its purity. You're rinsing off what isn't. The most important thing that I'm going to say during this retrograde season is to just step back and ask yourself why. Why is this coming up? Why is this feeling sticky? Why does this feel like I'm not really having a hard time with this retrograde? It's just a season. I'm recognizing it a little bit differently. So just step back and ask the questions why. Journal. Maybe not take movement on it. Journal. Enjoy it. Mercury conjunct the North Node. It signifies a life path that involves learning, communication, and leveraging your intellectual abilities. Get that word out. So acknowledging your intellectual abilities. If everybody woke up every morning and go, I'm acknowledging my intellectual abilities, and maybe list 1 or 2. Okay. It's going to suggest that the shifting of the information, the disseminating what no longer is the truth frequency of your alignment is part of your karmic journey. So if you're shifting away, you're the gold people that are looking for gold back in the Westerns or whatever they were.
Prospectors. That's away, the word. I was just like prospectors. I was waiting.
Right. And once they shift that, they see the gift, the gold, And that's what they're taking into the bank or whatever to journey forward with. So that's just the North nodes. What's been touching those little touch-ins, those tap-ins of the North Node. North Node is in its quietness, but when it touches something, it touches something. We get an eclipse, or it's a karmic shift in a direction. On the 18th, we have the new moon in Pisces. What a perfect opportunity to rebuild something or to build something or get something new started that you have had vision of, because it's in Pisces, it's a little blurry. It's asking you to blend it now. You're blending it, you're merging it, you're bringing it into something more tangible from the untangible Pisces into the tangibility that's going to be happening as it goes into Aries, when it goes into Aries. And it's just what's coming through to say is let the merging happen. It's kind of like mutable energy. It's changing you from one season to the next. And interestingly enough, the next couple of days, we're going to have another major season per se. So, we're taking things that we thought might have been fantasy, maybe things that we thought might have been dreams, into this new reality. The veil is thin during this day. It's a perfect opportunity to take out your journal and just start writing things. Oh, these are my dreams. And da, 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 da. Oh, don't worry about, oh, it's not going to work because somebody always told me this, or somebody else is doing it this way. Shh, quiet that noise. Quiet the noise. Write down your dreams. Cycles coming up for whether or not we're going to rebuild it or do something with this, because this is at 28 degrees of Pisces. Yes, it's in a retrograde, but it's still 28 degrees. That's maturity. That's a level of maturity where you can start trusting some of the dreams can actually become reality. And then I took lots and lots of notes on this. The Mercury retrograde is also going to be ending around this time as well. So being in this while you're still in the retrograde part of it, and then after it starts to go forward, there's still a shadow there. Continue to write. You haven't missed anything. Continue to write. Write down your dreams. Okay. And it ends, Mercury in retrograde ends 3:33. That's all I'm going to say. Mercury's back on track. He's had some rest. He's got his water. Whatever else, his wings have been dusted off. They are flying. He's had his vet check or whatever he's got going on. And he's ready to go. So we're gonna go. And it doesn't have to be anything big, glamorous. Just I know Jupiter is going direct in Cancer, but Jupiter in Cancer is also asking you, don't forget to take care of yourself. Okay. Your why really does become important here. Um, on these days, there's just so many stelliums that are occurring as well that are just giving you that extra amplification. A stellium is 3 or more planets in the same sign. So you've got that extra amplification of everybody's energy. Let's just go. Let's just go. And then I think it's the 20th or the 21st. We have, oh my gosh, what is it?
What do we have?
I don't know.
The solstice?
Yes. Look at you guys filling stuff in. That's just awesome. But it's around that same time frame. And for me, the solstice is I've made the cake and now I'm putting the icing on it. And it's to be served out as a support for myself, to be served out as support for others, just to be there as support and add as many things as you want to it. But knowing that this is a test for me, this is a sample. What does it taste like? Is it tasting good? Okay, let's continue baking it this way. Do I need to tweak it a little bit? All right, let me tweak it a little bit this way. So I kind of look at the solstice that way, and it just releases pressure for me that, oh my God, it's a new beginning and I might miss it. So that's what's coming up. And then on the 30th, Venus goes into Taurus and she's extremely happy there. And I know we're not talking about that right now, but those are the things that are coming up.
Melinda, I'm going to hand it to you because my dogs are freaking out. So I want to give them a minute to calm down.
Okay, well, what I was struck by as when I listen sometimes to astrological forecasts, I just kind of let it all wash over me. It's hard to retain like all of the details of everything because my analytical mind is like, wait, what is that again? Jupiter and Cancer. And then I'm like, oh, and then she said, oh no, take care of yourself. And I'm like, ah, okay. And then just generally message what I kept hearing from you is journal, journal, writing, introspection on some level, but not necessarily like broadcasting out, but like a time of taking inner stock on the wise and the wise. Ooh, that was good. That was good.
Love it.
W-Y?
WHY and
W-H-Y and W.
WISE
Oh,
on your
wise.
inner wisdom.
Mhm.
And then so yeah, I'm just vibing into that which is a wonderful tool, journaling in general for everybody. I just listened to a great podcast on it on Awakening Airways. I mean, journaling is broken down like beautifully by Ia Ifanlayo. It's like because even when you're journaling, sometimes like if you're journaling your feelings, you can pause there and just go, what am I writing about more than anything else and why? And do I want to be bringing this into the future with me? Like something
Yeah,
about that. It's like
those themes.
so many brilliant. Yeah, the themes. Look at your themes. And that's what kind of took my imagination as I listened. And I'm looking forward to the new moon in Pisces.
Mhm.
And I think it sounds like a very kind of uh, sensitive, gentle new moon, and one that will be well nourished, that seed by that water.
Yeah.
And then boom, we go into all the fire of spring and Aries and all of that craziness
The,
and wonderfulness.
Yeah.
the growth season, the real growth season.
Yeah.
This is what's going on underground and the stuff that's not being seen, the stuff that nobody sees that you're doing. What is it doing and how is it helping you so that when you do burst out, you're
Yeah.
stronger?
Yeah. Adrian, do you have any new moon like rituals that you do?
Me, it kind of goes, it's kind of, I kind of work it into what's going on alchemize wise as far as um I'm also apothecary, I guess I would call it, where I create my own things. And I know that I am getting ready to create soaps. So part of my new moon will be to create these soaps with the intention that they continue to rinse away and provide a charcoal kind of a toxicity, right, grabbing property to them. Um, but also a smoothing and also the softness of the skin as well. So that will be incorporated into my ritual when I'm actually making my soaps for the season.
Oh,
That's this one. What
That's
about you
really
guys?
cool.
that's lovely. Yeah, I go back and forth of having rituals on the new and full moon. I do try to at least sit in meditation. Um, but what I was going to mention was I just love that this time of year we start off the year, the calendar year in the dead of winter,
Mhm.
right? We're still very much winter focused. It's not time for, you know, getting too crazy with like our actions and building and all these things. It really is that time to like sit and think and reflect on the things that have died away in the
Mhm.
time of, darkness and cold. And, sometimes that's figurative cold, even if you're not in the cold, like I myself am not. But yeah. And so now that we're moving into this Mercury retrograde, I just kept thinking back to how the two kind of relate, like reviewing, taking time to really
Mhm.
sit in the depths of all of that and see what comes up about what needs to be reflected on. And then with the new moon in Pisces, like just being in Pisces in general, I love the time of year that it's in because you can just sit and not feel as you're not feeling a lot of the external like heat and fire that we move into in Aries, like in other seasons of like summer and what summer represents in terms of, growth and expansion and springtime and all that kind of stuff. So for me, it just all kind of was clicking together of like, oh, what a great time to be sitting, dreaming up your dreams and reviewing on them and reflecting on them and like what actually needs to move forward with you. Um, that's where my brain went. I think it's a
Yeah,
very
I love
powerful
that
time.
because yeah, I mean, and we think about rest. When we dream, we're resting, right? So it's a resting season if you kind of would think of it
Mm-hmm.
that way. So yeah, I love that you said that. Um, yeah, Melinda, I definitely want to know what rituals are you doing? Are you doing a movement ritual?
Mm-hmm.
What's being brought into the studio? Because I'm really excited to learn about.
Actually, right now there's I have an ongoing moon altar. And every day I have little cutouts of the moon and their phases. And every day I place the phase of the moon that we're in on the moon altar. And then it comes all the way around to the next new moon, at which point I take everything off and I kind of do a cleansing energetically of the whole thing and start again. And depending on what sign the new moon is falling into is I have either a mantra or a theme or a seed that I've written that's in the center of that cycle. And so I can, I keep it pretty simple. Like, and I don't know exactly yet because like I sort of, yeah, I'm not going to preemptively and prematurely determine what it is, but I got to get closer to the time
Right, you have to
and
feel it.
meditate. You got to feel it. That's very
Absolutely.
Piscean. And, but it probably will be around really, trusting my intuition and, continuing to notice synchronicities and ways that this blending of uh, my energy with higher frequencies, is helping in my life path kind of thing, which I journal about. So, in terms of, usually sometimes I'm very explicit in the studio about what day it is. And sometimes I just let it be blended into my teaching, and just be kind of soft and gentle some days and like enthusiastic and fiery other days, depending on the astrology and the numerology. So I don't have a ritual class for that moon setup, but for when we get into the Aries cycle and spring, I will be jumping back in with that initiating
Workshop.
fire. Doesn't somebody have a workshop coming up about initiating fire?
Why,
Yeah,
yes,
I
yes,
thought I
I
saw that
do.
somewhere as well.
What
Yeah.
is it, Rosalind? Isn't that like
Yes,
just looking
yes.
ahead, like beyond,
Looking
like
ahead,
looking ahead? What is that?
sure. Yeah, I am. Well, registration is open for an elemental energies class that I'm hosting. And the first one is about cardinal fire, and we will meet on March 14th. So if you're interested, I will put it in the description, but it's going to be a monthly class. So even if you can't make the first one, you can join on the other days. And we're just going to walk through the elements and their modes depending on what astrological sign is coming up in like the week or two that follows the class so that you're kind of prepared and ready to
I
jump
love that.
into that.
I'm
Yeah.
in. I'm in. Sign me up. I'll be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll
And
put
it's
I
going to
it
be
in.
yeah.
recorded. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. If you can't make it live, it'll be recorded for sure.
Yeah, and it's like it's great to know not just about the elements like that which relate to astrology, but also like whether some of them make us uncomfortable or how comfortable are we with that with
Mm-hmm.
cardinal fire, like learn about it, know how you embody it or not, and maybe we can make up for it somehow,
Yeah.
maybe I love that
Yeah. It's
reflection,
all
that role.
interconnected. Everything, the astrology of it, the elements of it, your body, the world. I mean, everything, it's all connected. So
Yeah.
very exciting.
Absolutely.
Well, Any last notes, ladies? This sounds like it's going to be a nice couple of weeks. Like it might, there might be a little bit of discomfort, but I think at the end of the, you know, cycle of this time, it's going to be full of clarity and confidence and dreams and things that we want to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a time to reflect on past experiences, gained wisdoms, gained insights. I would even say, just embrace your intuition, whatever level you are right now, and just be in gratitude for it and awareness of it. And um, also, I don't want to shy away from the fact that, Piscean can be a little escapism. So, be an awareness of things that you're not doing because you're doing something else that is not in alignment with what you want. Like if you really are, you've got some courageous goals, you've got this workshop that you've got planned. And if you're in this escapism of it, of, not to get done later, that's not really honoring what it is that you want to present. So, show up for yourself, basically.
I
Beautiful
think that's a
message.
great, a good mantra. Show up for yourself.
Yeah, put
For
that
sure.
on the mirror along with I love you.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely. Dream
I
your
used to have,
dreams.
in the girls' bathroom, they would have a different bathroom. I would write with it on with
Oh.
lipstick that I knew I wasn't going to use because it made my lips go feel absolutely horrible. I'm so sensitive to stuff like this. Who smells something that's too whatever. And I would just write on their mirror and they would be like, so cool, mom, thanks. And then, eventually erase it off and put something else on. But they thought, and they would always be doing this to put on their It's fun.
But it is,
Great.
it's important. Put things, where you can see it, like words of wisdom for yourself. It's important. So reflect on that in this Mercury retrograde. What's gonna, make you feel in your power, and write it down and put it somewhere you see all the time. Put it on the fridge, put it on the mirror, put it in your car, something like that. But all right. It's a good couple of weeks. Let us know what you're dreaming up in the comments.
Float along.
What are you reflecting on? Is there stuff that's coming up for you? We'd love to hear about it. And we'll be back and things will start kind of kicking up into some exciting energy as we're moving out of the winter months and into fire. It's going to be lovely and very exciting. So we'll see you very, very soon. Bye.
Oh,
bye,
I
everybody.
mention my class on the 22nd. Yeah, bye.
Mention.
Oh, brick by brick, integrating the chapters and solidifying your evolution. So basically what we're going over, we're looking at the life chapters that you've created for yourself, the journaling that you have or haven't done at this point in time. And we're looking at those themes that came up in January, our Capricorn season, looking at those themes that came up in February and those things that are coming up in March. And we're like, we're making them a little bit more compact so that you have the opportunity to really look at them for yourself and be an author of it, be the writer of your own script. And what we're looking at each month so that at the end of the year, we're not, oh my God, what happened in January, February? And it's just a nice way to look at that in a chunk, and then move forward from there. Now that we've solidified it, and yes, this is working for me. Okay, this is great. Okay, this box is here, and this box is here, and this box is here. And then to go on to the next section. So it's going to be every 3 months and really is supporting tools so that you're really looking at your growth and you're in gratitude for it and you're in awareness of it. Because sometimes when we go back to look at something, we're like, oh my gosh, that is what I was going through. And now that I'm on the other side of it.
Wow.
So it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm so excited to be doing that. That's going to be in the life chapter.
So great. And it's like, I feel like a subtitle could be Adrian's Alchemy Retrograde or Adrian's Retrograde Alchemy, because you're the queen of like
reflection,
like Adrian's Retrograde Alchemy. Like,
so what's the date for that again?
The 22nd of March.
22nd.
Beautiful.
Love it. Okay. We'll put all of this in the notes so that you can join if you like. Okay. Now we're going for real this time.
For real.
Everybody have a wonderful couple of weeks.
Thanks
We'll
for
see you very
joining.
soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, uh-oh. What are we doing? We're rearranging the furniture.
She's
This is
rearranging
not
the
the time to
furniture.
do it. There's more because oh, see, no, that's not good. I don't think it makes that much difference.
I mean, it's up to you. Does it make your space feel better?
No, fuck. It's horrible. Ah!
That is such an important question. But does
Ah!
it make it feel better?
It didn't because my
right hand didn't. writes- And now everything is falling apart.
Terrible. Oh my God.
I might post this as like a funny behind the
Sorry.
scenes.
Oh, absolutely. It's going back in. It's just the sun. It's doing its own thing out there.
Sun.
The sun is
Can't
such a
complain
light.
about her. It is. The sun is such a light.
We should put that on a t-shirt.
It's such a light.
Such a light. It's being such a light today.
Mm.
Okay.